In this video, I'm going to show you how to do the Bananza Rehearsal for the Ostrich Elders Rehearsal Hall. Now you'll have to make your way to the forest layer SL600 to where the Ostrich Elder is located. You'll have to have eaten 400 bananas before you can attempt this. And honestly, I recommend you have every single skill in the Ostrich skill tree because you're gonna need them. You can always interact with the microphone over here and use the reset skills option to put more points in there. When you're ready to begin, hit Bananza Rehearsal. In this video, I'm going to show you how to get all 5 balloons as well as all the bananas. Boy, are you going to learn to fly today. Now, the first flying trick I need to teach you is to roll and then jump and then fly. So get used to pressing ZL, A, and then ZL again. So if you do this off an edge like this, jump and then fly, you can actually gain a lot more height and you can fly higher as you need to. This is important for later on. So for this first one, we're going to go ahead and make our way to the very first balloon that is at the end of this little flight challenge. Getting there is quite simple. Just dodge the spike pillars and only go for the, little air vents. Once you get to the air vents near the end, you're going to angle for the middle one and you're going to drop bombs to break and reveal a wind vent on top of that one. So we're going to go ahead and take this wind vent over here, like so. And this is how you're going to get the very first balloon, like that. There you go. This also leads up to your very first banana. Now here you have the option of going left or right, and I'm going to teach you a neat little trick here because we're going to have to go across this side here. So you're going to hit A to jump, then fly, and then press or bomb, and that will reveal the wind vent over there in case you didn't know that that existed. Once you're up here, you're going to go to the shark creature and you're going to punch it to the left. So go like this and then punch it so that it goes to the left. Not really quite what I wanted, but I should still be able to reach that section over there. We're gonna roll off, jump, and then fly, and you can climb the wall just like this. And then we're gonna go ahead and make our way on top of this thing. Basically, what we have to do here is throw a dirt block at that thing in the sky. So the quickest way to do this is, well, we can reveal the air vent here again. Just jump and do like that. Nice and easy, so you have air. Then you're gonna pick up a slab, and you can fly with slabs, which is cool. So you're gonna hold ZL to fly, then you can hold ZR to aim, and you can throw the thing like that to bring it down. Very simple, very easy. Then you're gonna go ahead and get on top of the platform, hit your hand clap R to go all the way up, and get your second banana. You're then gonna go out the door, we're gonna climb up over here, and we're gonna collect the next balloon, which is on an NPC, as you can see over there. So we're going to roll off, jump, and then fly, and quite simply, I'm going to do a bombing run on this dude, which is actually fun. I really enjoy doing this kind of stuff. It's really fun. Look, kaboom! There we go. Got the balloon and killed him in the progress. Very cool. And then I'm just going to fly to where the air vents are, and I'm going to go back to... Actually, I can just go straight back to this ice thing over here. So we're going to go back to the ice where the shark is, and this time we're going to hit the shark towards where the lava is located. So punch the shark like that, and then you're just going to go along this platform. Now we're going to be doing flying to do bombing runs on the lava section over here. So fly like this, bomb like that, reveals the wind vent, bomb, reveals the wind vent, and you can get all the way to the top just like that. Jump in the barrel, and remember to hold ZL here so you can begin flying as soon as possible. While you're in the barrel mode, if you're holding ZL, it like literally lets you, start flying as soon as you can. So that's a little trick as well. At this point, you're not going to really quite make it across the end, but don't worry, you can actually climb the walls over here too. This next part is going to frustrate the living daylights out of you. So the main thing you need to learn for this entire course is to pick up a snow thing like this and know that you can jump, and then fly to get extra flight height. That's the big thing that this course is going to require you to pull off successfully. So get used to practicing it because you're probably going to fail a few times, especially if you're going for the balloon in this course. Now, another tip with the barrel, as soon as you hit fire, hold ZL because you'll immediately go into your flight mode at the appropriate height. Because if you're trying to time the ZL, you're going to under kick it. So hit A, then hit ZL while you're flying, and it will pretty much get you nicely in the air. And you can use your R to hand clap the loot if you want it. Make your way across like this, and I'm just going to avoid this stuff because I know it's going to turn on me because I mistimed it there. I don't really care about this stuff. Gonna make my way to the next air vent over here. This one's quite simple. Go through the gap over here. You can make your camera angle like this so that you can see better. Go like that through the wind. And here's where it gets tricky because the balloon is above that circle over there, and I died a few times trying to get this in my testing. And if you die, it takes you to the very beginning of this lava course, which is annoying. you're going to have your chunk in hand, you're going to get in the barrel, and you're quite simply going to hit A to fire, hold ZL, and then double tap A and then ZL immediately to start flying. You have to get that height because you literally are probably going to touch the lava, but after touching the lava and taking about a little bit of damage, I think it's about like 3 hearts or so, you'll try bounce forward and just touch the balloon. So I'm gonna fire, hold ZL, jump, fire again, and then kind of just like that. There we go. I made it. I had just enough health to make it through, but yeah, in most cases, you're probably just gonna collect the balloon and then die. And then you can just come back again. At least you don't have to collect the balloon again. But that's how I got it. It's frustrating as hell. And then we're gonna go continue through the course here. The rest is pretty simple. You're just gonna have to time the rings as you're flying through them. Go through the barrels like this and just fly through the entire process like so. So here you can collect more loot. I don't really care. I'm just gonna go straight for the end. And you'll just make your way all the way down to the end here, really simply to where the banana is located, as well as this little construction dude. You'll have to speak to him, so make sure you do that. Collect your banana. And then when you go outside here, you're not gonna go to the left, you're gonna go to the right. You're gonna take the barrel that takes you to another course where you can get another banana over there. So we're gonna go through here, we're going to jump in the barrel, fly all the way up to the course. Now this one's gonna make use of the very same mechanics that you just had, where you have to pick up a chunk and you have to double tap A to basically throw it down so that you can gain height. In this next one, you're gonna have to pick up a chunk again, and you're going to have to time this and practice this. You're probably gonna mess up your first try, it's fine, but you're gonna go through here and you're gonna hold ZL immediately, you're gonna fly over, you're gonna let go flying, and then you're gonna jump like this to gain that height like that. And then break the banana, and then hit into the barrel to go back. And this time you can now make your way to where this landing pad is taking you, pretty much back to the starting zone here. If you didn't get the balloon from this enemy, you can get it now if you want. But you're gonna make your way to the starting platform so that we can go to the other side of the course right over there. Now when you make your way here, you're gonna quite simply again destroy this little section to reveal the air vent and just fly across. This time you've seen these sharks a couple times, so they're going to be pretty easy and normal for you. You're going to just punch them. They're going to make the bouncy pad stuff. But first we're going to collect a banana that's around this corner over here. So you're going to have to get into flying mode and drop bombs to pretty much like move this stuff across like that. I think I may have missed here. I did. But no biggie, I have balloons. You're pretty much going to have to hit the, different colored platforms there so that you can move them so that you can get across here to collect the banana that is located up here, just like that. I think I may have made it a little bit difficult for myself to return, but I will try roll, jump, fly, like that. And I should be able to actually make it back. Not so bad, actually. And then I'm going to climb up here, and you'll see the shark is going to the moon. And then you're going to start bouncing on this thing, and you're going to hold B to do a bouncing attack to go down. I'm going to hit this thing forward like this so that it makes a tower. And then we're just going to keep going forward like this until we can eventually hold B and get the height to fly onto this platform and make our way to the next section. Hold ZL so you can start flying as soon as you can, because it's going to put you into flight mode as soon as you reach that height. If you don't hold it quick enough, you're just going to fall straight back down. And again, if you don't fly far enough over here, you'll just climb on the side of the wall like that. Now this next section is going to be also a bit frustrating. I'm not going to lie. It's a little bit of mechanics to learn here. Essentially, we're learning to aim our bouncing. So pretty much aiming our bouncing, flying, and aiming our bouncing in a new location. So that's the whole premise of this entire challenge. But we'll start out over here. You'll see here this wall is going to fall on you. You're just going to go like this. We're going to bounce, boom, and then fly to the next platform. Again, there's going to be a wall that pops out. Let it fall, just like this. This time we actually have to bounce on this one. Fly, put your camera angle like this, and we have to bounce on top of the enemy's head. So I missed. That sucks. If you missed the first time, it's fine. You just have to stand on the ledge and then bounce on his head so that you can make the distance like that. So it's a bit tricky to get used to. At this section, it's not so bad. You have to wait for the snake to come out. The snake's body is the bouncy material. So jump, fly, try go near the edge over here, bounce, hold ZL to fly again, ZL to fly again, and then the third and final time, boom, like that. And then you should be able to fly across. This time, you're really going to need your camera angle to be low like this because you're going to dive bomb on top of the trampoline in the middle of these enemies, just like this. And you're going to have to do this across the entire section. So, oh, I think I missed. It's fine. I can get across like that. And then just going to camera angle so I can see better. Boom, there we go. And then hold ZL. And here, the next balloon is in that enemy on the left, but we need the height to get there first. And then there's these two enemies, which are, oh my god, they're frustrating. So essentially, you have to bounce off of this first one, boom, to get off of the second one who goes into the ground, which is really, really annoying because then they're both gonna like go in the ground. You'll see like this. So now for this section over here, these two enemies are gonna frustrate the absolute bejesus out of you, but you wanna get the tall one as close to here as possible. And then you're going to put your camera angle like this because you're gonna need it. Jump, jump, fly, and bounce off the first guy. Unfortunately, the second guy just went under the ground. You'll have to wait for them to reset. So let's try that again. Bounce on the small guy, bounce on the big guy. We have the height now. We're gonna fly across to this side and you're going to use your bombs to pretty much break that thing and get the balloon, just like that. So we got the balloon now and I hopefully can make it back in time. I did, cool, didn't have to waste the balloon. So this time we have to go up this wall over here. So try lure these guys close nearby like this. Okay, so they're both in this mode. Hopefully they both pop out at the same time because that's what you need. You're gonna jump, bounce, bounce, fly, grip on the wall like this. Okay, looks like that guy is gonna come out first. We're just gonna bait him, it's fine. Okay, we're gonna go out. This time you're not gonna fly, you're just going to attack and then climb the wall. So I think I missed over there, it's fine. We'll wait for him to come out. There we go, he's gonna come out. We're just gonna jump and then bounce and then grab on the wall like that. You don't want to really focus on flying in that case because flying doesn't help you, just the bouncing and the holding B. This next section, you're going to wait for the enemies to spit this poison at you and then they're going to make the bouncy pads like this. I recommend just flying across like this and as soon as you get about halfway, fly back because then you can land on some of their bouncy pads like this. And we'll go back here, bounce, and then we'll go to this platform over here. So wait for these guys to send their stuff and you'll just land on it again and you're going to just bounce on it the entire time. So just try to keep bouncing on this platform. Keep it in the middle of you. I know it's a bit tricky. If you can keep a flat surface, it will help you because the less flat, the more it's going to bounce you to another side. Eventually you will get high enough so that you can go to the flying thing, the air vent, and fly across. It looks like I should be able to get this just in time. And then we'll fly towards our banana located right up ahead. You'll also speak to the constructone over here so that it can reveal the door over here and open it. And then collect your banana. Now, much like you did before, we're going to go to the left through the barrel over there before going up the pathway to the right. So take the barrel over here. This is going to take us to another course where we can collect a quick banana. Now this one's really straightforward. Half of these bouncy pads are not real bouncy pads. So we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna bounce on this one. Then we're going to bounce on the right one. And then it's the left one over here, I believe. Oh, right there. There we go. And then you're gonna land on the last one. Boom. Just like that. And get the banana. And then jump in the barrel to return. We'll now be able to take the ramp and we'll go down to the next section where we can get a banana, which is going to be where this lava is located. Now you'll see it already has a hole because I actually forgot about it. And you essentially have to put bombs like this and try bomb the center of it. Once you get close enough, you will see there is, enemies around. So if you don't really land the bombing right, you can always just, pick up a chunk like this and aggro the bomb. There's going to be one of those in the center over there and you just blow it up like that. And we're going to pretty much fall through the hole like that. And down in the hole here, there is a banana for you. You're then going to go ahead and punch this thing to set the bomb off and back off, and then go through the gap in the wall and make your way to the section over here to climb the final wall to where the Elder is located. You'll see that there is now a barrel in the location over there that you can jump in and make your way all the way up. Now for this final section, you just have to fly through the course. You should notice the balloon once you see certain flying enemies. But mostly it's pretty easy. So you're going to hit fire and you're going to hold ZL immediately so that you can start flying. And then we're just going to make our way down. You can collect the little coins in between these enemies, which I've already done so in this case. You can press R to slap collect them. In my case, I'm just kind of flying towards the finish over there. At this point, you'll see there are some lasers. You have to be careful here. Fly to the sides of them so that you don't get hit. And then you'll see here, I'm going to go through some more lasers over here. And just after the second batch of lasers, you should see the balloon is behind these enemies in front of me. And I'm just going to fly past them like this and try angle myself towards the balloon. I recommend kind of strafing left and right so that you can avoid these guys because they're a little bit tricky. And I'm going to fly, collect the balloon just like that. And that is how you get your 5th balloon. If you do fail from this point, just get hit by an enemy or something like that, I guess. Or press B to fall all the way down. Eventually, you'll fly to the end of this course and you'll notice the stack of 3 bananas being the last pair of bananas that you need to collect. And then you'll speak to the elder to end the challenge. I hope you guys found this video helpful and thank you so much for watching. Grumpy walk in place.